Good afternoon everyone, Ragewood here, back with another Godforge video. We are way behind, so we are catching up with Simon's latest video on all the single ladies, all the single ladies, all the single ladies. Yes, that's right, the video Simon put out focused on the ladies who lunch from Godforge. Some real spicy stuff being revealed in this one, so you know the drill by now. Without further ado, let's get into it. As always, if you want to watch the full video yourself, I will put the link in the description below. I'm going to skip Simon's opening spiel, but if you haven't already, do not forget to sign up to the beta at fateless.gg. You really don't want to miss out on what is going to be coming in March next year. You do have a simple sign-up form. Very basic info that they're capturing there just to contact you when it is ready to go.
Let's jump into the girls. Here comes the girls. Okay, we're going to have female characters.
You can really tell he enjoyed doing that one.
Characters, all shapes, all sizes. Artemis, this is actually her portrait in game, lurking behind me here, giving us the stare down, looking into our soul. Are we ready for what is coming next?
Artemis is a pretty cool character. You know, my knowledge is she's sort of like Greek goddess of like hunting and animals and that kind of thing. So even though we've only got a portrait of her, I imagine that she'll be a ranged character with a bow of some description.
Let's go through some. So we've got here Saviours, which I think is actually a super sweet concept. I really like this one. Yeah, damn, some cool tattooing. She's one of our Norse faction here, but you can see the kind of work that's going in.
I agree with Simon there. I do love the Nordic sort of heraldry, sort of tattooing, that sort of, you guys sort of get what I mean, that we've got sort of here, the draping. I love sort of like the flow of the snow around the dress on both sides, the upper and the leg. Upper leg, lower leg, I can't imagine we'll be seeing too much of the upper leg, even with that split skirt on, but does look really cool here. I imagine it's going to be maybe a rare hero, and she sort of reminds me of the Norse goddess Skadi, so it'd be cool to see her, and I imagine they might use this as some sort of backdrop, but you got the icicles in the hair as well. That's pretty sick. Really nice looking character.
The beady eyes, utilizing some of the different bits that we've actually used on other characters, but to good effect, I think.
Actually, yeah, thinking
really
about that, this fur might have been the one that's already been used on Beowulf.
It's actually very cool visual. Let's go on to another concept that we've had recently developed. Again, really like this one. This is Ran, who's like the sea witch. Damn, and again, you can.
Yeah, Ran is sort of the Norse goddess of the sea. I'll give you the quick spiel from Wikipedia, actually. So in Norse mythology, Ran is the goddess and the personification of the sea. She is married to a gentleman by the name of Aegir, who is a Jotun, and for those who don't know what a Jotun is, they're sort of a race of giants who lived in Jotunheim, which is underneath one of the branches of Yggdrasil. They sort of descend from the first frost giant Ymir, but that's sort of another thing. She controls the waves and the fates of sailors. She's often depicted with a net that she uses to capture and pull seafarers into the depths. Now, her and her husband have 9 daughters who personify the waves of the high seas. That is your quick little spiel on Ran. So let's continue to see what Simon has to say.
Just kind of see the like Norse call out on her kind of seashell here.
Yeah, I do love this. Obviously, they haven't decided what sort of hair they're going to have here. This sort of orange hair gives me sort of like a mermaid vibe, which I think is kind of cool. But I also like the sort of bluey, blondie, greeny sort of colour we've got over on this side. And yeah, he's right. Love the shells. The netting on the skirt call back to sort of what we know about her. And the shells, the pearls, just everything about this is great. Everyone's going to be sleeping with the fishes too, and we've got those there.
Here in the middle, but really, really cool visuals. These are two different takes of the character that we're kind of talking through right now in terms of concepting, trying to make decisions on the direction we actually want to go. So she is coming through nice. This one's actually very cool. So not completed yet. Obviously, this is just some concept work, but the three
Hold on.
sisters of fate, of course, we're fateless. We're going to be showing all of them. We're just working.
Just going to go back here. So, not too long ago, I don't know which it was, Fateless put a video out, might have been Demo 2.0 actually, where they showed this picture, and I actually said possibly some sort of Mayan god or from the Saber faction, but how wrong was I? It was one of the Sisters of Fate. Really cool. I love the fact that they've got them in here.
Of fate, of course, we're fateless. We're going to be showing all of them. We're just working through how we want them to look and feel and how they're going to interact as a hero in the game. And I think it's cool that each one's got, you got the needle, the thread, and the scissors. I think that's wicked, how they work in the game. I don't know if it's just Hercules or actual canon, but I think they shared an eye to see... or to see. I think it'd be cool that whoever has the eye can basic attack and the others can't. That would be a cool thing because they can't see what they're doing, and maybe one of the abilities is to pass the eye to each other. That would be pretty cool. They controlled the fates of people, so maybe they can have like a revive on death. That would also be pretty wicked. They could obviously do putting a few more clothes on, as we can all see. But super cool sort of concept, like what they're doing here. Game, so lots of conversations going on around this one. How do we bring them to life? Or even are they going to be a boss? There's all sorts of stuff that we're talking about with.
Now, a boss would also be very cool. Kind of like Hydra in Raid, or for those of you who played King Arthur, you had the bosses with like the 3 limbs, which was good because it made AoE characters useful as opposed to just single target damage dealers that most boss fights sort of require. So if it is a boss fight, I like that. I still think maybe the revive on death mechanic could work if they were a boss fight as well, making it harder, and you're going to need buff removal and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, that is exciting.
The Sisters of Fate. So that's really fun, actually, really exciting. We got some from the Aru faction. Cleopatra here, again, looking very cool. And we've got the side view, back view, just some call outs to the armor. The weapon here, look at that.
I love the look of this character. Not just the character itself, but, as Simon has quite rightly pointed out, the scepter here that she's going to be carrying. Obviously, some sort of like King Cobra or Cobra there. I love that. Super cool, especially as history tells us that she sort of poisoned herself with some sort of snake venom. So I love that. Maybe she'll even put poisons out on basic attack. Who knows? And actually, we've got a little call out there. If I just go back a second, the same as ISIS. So we know that ISIS is going to be coming to the game. That's going to be a little tricky to manage with YouTube having titles like ISIS highlight. But, I guess we'll cross that bridge when we come to it.
Nice front visual.
Yeah, super, super cool. Love that.
And then we utilize some of the kind of feature set from someone like her to be able to build out the base for one of our legendaries here. ISIS, who's going to be...
We do have ISIS. There we go. Now, Cleopatra, I think we all know the background on. ISIS, some of you may not. So again, I'll give you the wiki download or the wiki overview very quickly. So Isis was part of the Aeneid, which is like the first sort of 9 Egyptian gods. She was the goddess of protection, motherhood, and magic. Also, she was known to be healing, and she was the wife of Osiris and the mother of Horus. Now, Osiris, if I'm not mistaken, I think had his body torn apart for whatever reason, can't remember. And then Isis sort of helped put him back together, which explains sort of the sort of healing and helping the sick, that kind of thing. She also helped to invoke, or to help the dead in the afterlife, so down to all sort of Anubis, that kind of thing. She's also known as Eset, and that's what she is known as in Smite, for the reason I mentioned earlier, sort of thing. And sort of Eset translates to Queen of the Throne. So there you are. She is a very powerful, very well-known and respected god in Egyptian mythology.
One of the Aru legendaries. This visual is very cool as well, with the wings coming down.
I do love the wings. I love the orange here. Sort of, it's got a sort of desert sunrise feel, and I love that. Obviously, they're using sort of the images from the past to give that sort of what to wear. I love the sort of solar flare crown she's got up here, very similar to Ra. Very, very cool, and just a pretty sick looking staff too, let's be honest.
So she's actually already being pushed into 3D. Already got some 3D mock-ups that we're working through right now. So looking very cool. This is potentially my favorite hero we've finished so far. Freya. Look at the visual on Freya. Look at that.
Doesn't matter how many times I see this, I'm just blown away by this character. Again, I cannot wait to see her in game with the VFX and the shimmer going down this swing, almost like the Bifrost Bridge. It's going to be wicked.
That's really cool detail on the armor and the wings. Absolutely brilliant work. I think this was Andre, if I remember rightly, from the team. You can see the kind of like full spin around here. Absolutely phenomenal work, showing the detail and
it's just
the precision
silly
of some of the work that's gone into that. Right, let's get on to a couple more until we then get onto in-game.
Might skip some of this one a little bit, because we did get a Friday reveal on this. If you haven't seen mine or any of the other decent content creators covering this game, do go check them out. But we have Persephone. She's related to Hades.
Assets.
We have the 3D sort of her actually in game here.
Sort of 3D. So
she looks
connected
cool.
Really well into 3D here. Look at the work that's gone into this. In terms,
as I mentioned, they got the idea for Persephone from my curtains just here. As you can see, it's a direct match to what's on her skirt.
So like the embroidery type stuff, the visual quality. I really like it. Really good work. Cool. And there'll be VFX to come off of that as well.
Especially say you got the pomegranate seeds in the braces and things like that. She's come out really nice.
Oh, and then we do have her weapon, which again we'll get some like cool VFX coming out the top. But
nice,
great work, so unique.
Lovely the sickle.
Really cool.
The sickle sort of also gives me sort of like Day of the Dead vibes from Mexico. I can't remember what it's called, something Muertas.
For Persephone here. One more, which is a new one as well, which I want to show you, is Lagatha here, who is going to be part of the Norse faction. So, cool cloak, cool visual. Check out the close-up. Look at the work on the close-up. Look at that face.
That's a cool-looking hero.
Really,
one that I actually know absolutely nothing about, which is a nice change for me. So if you know anything about Lagatha or her history, feel free to let me know in the comments below.
Job on the hair as well. So yeah, really starting to get the kind of like the stare down, the visual quality coming through in the female characters from concept through to 3D. Let's get ourselves into a battle then. We can see these in action. In engine. So
this is the same demo sort of thing, which we've seen a fair bit of this now, although to be fair, we've not seen it for a while from Aphrodite's point of view, so I'll play her out.
There's kind of like minimal movement, but you can kind of get a flavor of what's going on. This is Aphrodite, so let's buff our own team.
Oh, that is so cool. I've seen it from, say, when she's in the reliquary from the other side. I love that sort of blowing a kiss to buff your heroes. That is very flavorful, and I love that. The VFX probably aren't even finished yet, but they still look quality, and it's like a butterfly, like a dove.
Buff
Just
our own team.
Look at that. That's cool. Love that.
So we've got some buffs on Brunhild here, and then we can go at the enemy with our basic ability.
Zap, turn meter increase.
The turn meter on my side. They're all low health right now. I've got it. We've got like a cheat engine basically running. So with Brunhild,
yeah, okay, they've obviously got instant death on it. Yeah, he's right there. We'll skip Brunhild because we've seen Brunhild a few times.
In game, let me know which of the female heroes you really liked from the video today, and don't forget to sub to the channel.
Okay, so that is obviously it for the ladies who lunch. Lovely little video. Love that. It's giving us some insight into some of the new heroes coming as well. Yeah, and with everyone that comes out, with every little snippet of information, it just makes me more and more excited for the game. I've obviously, as I mentioned in a previous video, building my little website now. And I went through it the other day. The amount of heroes that we've actually got, there's 250 that are coming approximately. And quite a few of them have already been revealed to us now. I can't remember the exact number, but I'll just double check just to take a look. So a small little shameless plug here as we go through this. But considering there's going to be 10 factions and 250 heroes, you estimate that there's going to be around 25 per faction. Now, you know, for the Norse, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So, you know, almost half of them now have been mentioned or revealed to us. Hell, I imagine, is going to be our Halloween sort of video around that time. If you didn't sort of spot that one, you can go double check that in one of the Fateless videos recently when they gave us the first look at Virage. She was spotted in there. And the Aru is also pretty fleshed out now too. Now, I've just sort of gone through and added the other ones. Obviously, I don't have the portraits like the for these two yet, but yeah, we got 5 there, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So again, we're basically 2/3 of the way there. The Aru looking pretty fleshed out too. And okay, it might not be exactly 25 characters per faction. There will be some disbalance, but it just gives you a lot of room to move on, also to bring people in. Like one of the videos, they already confirmed Poseidon is not going to be on the drop, who's obviously a huge Olympian god, but it just means they can have some sort of big launch party, sort of like, I don't know, they can call it Dance of the Seas, and bring out Poseidon and a few other cool people and have some sort of event. Maybe he's going to be a fusion, you know, something cool like that. So, you know, just between these two alone, we've got 24. Avalon, we've got, what's that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 for Avalon as well. So 36. Saber, 1, 2, 38. Eco, we just had Shamas, which is 39. Jade, you've had 3. Take us to 42. Kajiki, we have 43, 44. Olympus is a large chunk as well. 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62, because we've got the 3 sisters, 63, 64. A large number already. There's no Svarga. And then we have 65, 66, 67. 67 of the 250 characters have already been revealed to us in some point. Now, as you can probably see from this one, Dracula and Orpheus, I've just used placeholder images because we've not actually seen anything about them, but they have been mentioned in one of the Games Cons videos. So 64, a quarter of the way there. That's actually really cool and exciting. And you know for a fact that there's been a lot more done that they just don't want to show us because they want to, keep the hype alive. Super looking forward to that. So that is obviously the end of today's video. Thank you so much all for watching and taking the time to come see what I have to say. I really do appreciate all of you. Look after yourselves, take care, work hard, but as always, play harder, and I'll see you in another video soon. Cheers.